Guys, we're looking good. Gals, we're looking good. Top 10, is everyone ready? Is everyone ready? Amazing. So now we're down to our final top 10 late stage pitches. We're going to hear from companies that have competed from around the world, from Singapore to the Dominican Republic. And now after this set of top 10 companies, they're going to be pitching on the main stage. And we're going to see 5 of the best companies that have come from around the world, 100 down to 5. So after we hear these 10, we're going to move all to the main stage for the grand finale pitch. And what does the winner win? $420,000 of investment from eMerge Americas, Panoramic Ventures, and Florida Funders. Awesome. Let's keep the energy up. We got 10 more to go, okay? Remember, bring your friends. We got this. Awesome. Let's welcome Admetrics to the stage.
Hello.
Admetrics.
Woo! Hi, guys. So, hi. In Admetrics, we monitor your competition digital advertisement. We are a B2B software as a service company with 130 clients in 20 countries and $2 million in annual recurrent revenue. The problem is that there's billions of dollars being spent of digital advertisement. The market is growing and it's getting more complex each day. And the industry is lost trying to find out where is my competitor spending their money. Our solutions provide visibility of how brands are advertising. Our target markets are brands and agencies that need to uncover competition strategies so they can spend more efficiently, and publishers who need new sales opportunities so they can boost their advertising revenue. We have 3 solutions. Ad Intelligence does benchmark on digital advertisement spend, so you can know, for example, that BMW is having a 15% share in the automotive industry. Brandy Social does benchmark in social media content covering Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. And Media Planner is a digital media audience planning tool so you can optimize your ad budgets before spending money. We have 130 clients in 20 countries. Different brands, agencies, and publishers trust our data and services. Also, research companies such as Nielsen, Cantarivope, and Megatime integrate our digital data into their offline solutions. We're also a data source for eMarketer and Statista. Let me show you how our customers are using our data. This is Mercado Libre, which is the Amazon of Latin America. We let them understand how the market's spending their ad dollars so they can focus to reach the right brand at the right time. And the Ministry of Health of Chile is using our data to make sure that advertisers comply with the law. There's global competition out there. 3 of them have been acquired. We focus in Latin America, and we are the leader there. Now we're going to go after the US with the investment we're going to get. Our market strategy is to do trade show as a speaker, sponsor, exhibitor, doing inbound marketing, doing account-based sales, and partnership with Kantar and Nielsen. The revenue you see before the percentage is how much revenue we acquire by each channel. This is me presenting at an EAB event in Latin America. This is our growth. We are 29% growth over year on MRR. We are $2 million in annual recurrent revenue and a 7 lifetime value to CAC ratio and an average revenue per customer of $14,000. Our revenue last year was 1.7 with a positive EBITDA. This year we aim 2.7 million and $500,000 in EBITDA, and next year at 4 million. You can see that our gross margin is growing because we have the data, and the same data we can sell to a lot of customers. This is the founding team. It's me, my brother. I'm an electrical engineer. Pato is a computer science engineer from Universidad Católica de Chile. Pato worked as CMO for Latin America at Groupon, and he was also senior product owner of the global computational marketing team as Groupon. We've been 10 years in business. We have a team of 5 that lead sales, customer success, technology, and data, and a full team of 32 people. So come see us at the booth. It's in the entrance, and thank you for hearing.
Some
Questions?
questions?
Nice presentation. Thank you. Can you talk a little bit about your pricing model?
Sure. So our pricing is in the industry. So if you're a car, for example, you only want the automotive industry, that's $600 per month for that data. If you want the whole country, like the US or Chile or whatever country, it's about $1,800 per month. And that's kind of the pricing.
Thanks for the presentation. It was great. So you had mentioned a couple of different categories that you're in: ad intelligence one, ad spending another, and then there was a third. Could you just talk about the breakdown and where your focus is? Are you placing ads, or are you just selling intelligence and data?
We don't place ads, so we are an intelligence company. We don't have a conflict of interest of showing what the market's doing. So basically, we monitor what's going on, and we show the market what's your market, how much are the others spending. So ad intelligence is for advertising in YouTube, social media, in open web, now retail media is very high. The second solution is about content, benchmarking content in social media. So the posts, the videos that brands are doing in YouTube or in Facebook, we gather all that together and have like a benchmarking of the information.
So you're assessing their own campaigns as well?
You're accessing your own campaigns, but in a different way, because your data is better than the data that we can collect, because we don't have direct access to the real information.
What do you believe is your competitive advantage, and what is your go-to-market for the United States?
Sure. So we have customers here that buy all our data for Latin America, and they're saying that our data is better than the provider they own here. So basically, the customers are regional and global customers that use this information from different markets, and they buy from different providers depending on the geolocation of the data that they need. So basically, they see that we have a competitive advantage on how is our coverage compared with the current competition. And also we've developed, in these 10 years, like we developed different models to estimate ad spend and also to collect data. And the metrics that we estimate ad spend, impressions, and also reach and frequency. And reach and frequency with ad spend, you can see how effective is a brand with their advertisement spend. And nobody's doing that here in the US.
Thank you.
Sorry, and the market strategy, we're gonna be next week in New York at a conference. We'll have a stand, a nice touch screen, so people use it and know us. Thank you.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, let's all give a warm round of applause and welcome Educology.
Hello. I need the clicker. Felipe took the clicker. Thank you. Hi, my name is Arlette Palacio. I am founder and CEO of Educology. The challenge that we address is the lack of access to life skills education in Latin America that is often made evident when we don't know how to manage ourselves because we lack some of the life skills that are so necessary for personal and professional success. Life skills make our lives easier. They give us the ability to adapt to a whole range of circumstances. So life skills like emotional intelligence and knowing how to communicate assertively, they basically help you get ahead in life. Our solution is a platform of e-learning courses that foster life skills that are designed and curated in partnership with content specialists and influencers. We study the trends and the topics that people want to learn most about. We scout social media for content specialists and thought leaders that have a high engagement, a loyal following. We sign licensing agreements with them, and we market their courses and other products on our site. There is an enormous market. The e-learning industry is growing at a CAGR rate of 17%. Latin America has a population of more than 670 million people, of which 50% of adults did not complete high school. 30% are middle income and can probably afford to pay for an educational product or service. About 70% own a smartphone, and already 304 million people are using social media to learn about something. And if you take into account the market in the foreign-born Hispanic population in the US that is not English proficient, this is also a very important market. In terms of traction, we are very proud to have won an award from the Ministry of Commerce last year for product excellence. We have more than 10,000 active users on our website, which are clients. 27% of our clients are in the US. 18% are recurring clients. That means they've bought more than one course, and we have a 99% retention rate from our corporate customers. In terms of the competitive landscape, we might say these are indirect competitors. However, these platforms, they target an audience with a higher educational level. We target that audience and that segment of the population that is underserved, that doesn't have access, to opportunities to learn about these skills. And these skills, life skills, you need life skills in order to understand and to be able to capitalize on the opportunities that technical and hard skills can offer. We also provide an alternative revenue source for our content specialists and influencers, that they can monetize other products and services on our site. In terms of financials, we have revenue, and we've been very much focused on getting a product market fit. In the DR market, we have an average spend of our corporate clients of $4,500 a year. Our best-selling content specialists have made over $20,000 in the last 12 months, and we want to raise $800,000 in order to start implementing a digital marketing strategy, because all of what we've grown, we haven't invested anything practically in marketing, and in order to grow here also and open up in the US. I come from an international development background. I worked for the UN for more than 12 years. I've been a management consultant for the last 10. Our team is made up of people in the creative industries, instructional design, product development, marketing, and communications. And we have our CFO and investors, also an advisor of Educology. And I want to finish off by saying that you don't get to eMerge without life skills. Educology helps you get here. Thank you.
Thank you. Over here.
Oh, there you are.
Question about your pricing and your content acquisition costs. Can you just describe your pricing policy, and then also what does it normally cost you to acquire an influencer on your platform?
Well, the influencers we have on our platform, we have licensing agreements with them, and they earn 30% of the revenue. No upfront costs. We help them curate the content. We develop and produce everything. We're like the Columbia Pictures or Paramount. We do the script. We look for the location, and we do all the editing. Of course, they have to validate everything we're doing for them. And then we just market it on the course. We don't have a commitment of paying them for the content up front. It's embedded in the contract how we commercialize their content.
And your pricing?
Our pricing, well, right now our pricing is between $10 and $30 per course. The idea is to have more courses on the platform, and once we reach more than 150 courses, we want to have a subscription service. We want to be able to provide this through subscription, which I think will be more viable in a LATAM market, the subscription model.
Can you say more about the course? Is it a curriculum or is it a singular course? Right, that's question one. And number two, I'd love to hear more about your B2B model.
Our B2B, this business was born as a management consultant. I get to work on the back end with most of the companies, and I saw that there was a lack of, learning and, and training material for like that bottom part of the organizational structure. You would have a lot of learning opportunities for, analysts, managers, and vice presidents. Not so much for analysts and maybe lower level. And you would see that the companies would need this, would need to teach some of these skills, and they would ask us, "Do you have a training on this topic? Do you have a training on that topic?" And I was like, "Well, we don't have it, but we can find someone, to design it with." So, what started maybe that they were asking for more technical stuff like, innovation or, creativity, slowly went, migrating to other topics like how to deal with difficult clients. Another topic, for example, assertive communication, how to communicate. That's very super popular, and even how to write emails was a request.
So how large do you have to grow the business to hit cash flow break even?
How much? It doesn't have to grow that much. Let's say 90% of our business is already, I'm sorry, okay, this is B2B. 99% of our business is B2B. The B2C part is small, but we have many users that are getting there through organically. I mean, we have the staff in the companies that see a course they like, and they'll go and buy it. It's not included in their package, but if they're interested, they go and buy it. So we really haven't invested much in the B2C side, but we see there's a lot of potential in the B2C side. And to break even, I think we're almost breaking even. The thing is, we operate out of our investor's office, so we don't pay for office space, and there's a lot of things we don't pay for back office, for all that financial and admin support. So we're basically, we don't pay that. So that's why we're almost breaking even, but there's so much we need investment for so that we can pay for.
Feed me questions. Feed me questions.
Are you doing the top 5 too?
I don't think they've asked me to do that, so I don't know. I guess that's over there.
You can just sit down near me.
I'm here. I have the Google app.
What do you do?
I work for Dell.
For Dell?
So we're a sponsor over here, and I lead North America operations for them.
All right, next up, Equidata.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Julio Lopez. I'm the co-founder of eQdata, this business intelligence SaaS to boost the profitability of mid-sized online business. Because many companies are investing millions in developing the e-commerce worldwide, but most of them are making losses. First, because the digital marketing and the transactional costs are skyrocketing. And second, because over 70% of the sales in the e-commerce are channeled through marketplaces, which means that access to data, shoppers and competitors' data, is getting harder and harder. In this scenario, getting at the end of the month many reports is not enough. So without reliable data, the marketing managers and the brand managers are totally lost investing the money in the digital business. We introduced eQdata, the business intelligence SaaS for mid-sized companies to monitor, analyze, and boost their investments and control their business. In less than 1 week, they can enjoy 3 sets of dashboards. One with all their operations in e-commerce and social media, another one measuring the return of investment and the performance by markets, and second, to monitor the direct competitors' actions and results. And this is thanks to the data partnerships with the platforms. Our target clients are companies with sizable e-commerce business. They may be mono-brand like companies, or maybe multi-brand managers like marketing agencies and e-commerce aggregators. In that, we are targeting over 300,000 brands in the world, which means a total addressable market of nearly $20 billion. But some clients are enjoying already from 4 continents, like Nature's Variety, who has increased their sales in China by 50% in 1 year, or like Inditex, who is using our software to monitor their business in China. In short, eQdata is the only solution combining real-time e-commerce and social media data without geographical boundaries, including China and Southeast Asia, where 63% of the e-commerce of the world happens, where we first launched, and where we got the copyright to protect our IP. Our business model is the typical for a SaaS company, and the clients can subscribe one of the 3 service plans from $1,000 to $10,000 a month. And most of the clients come today from our business development team, but we are building a network of partners around the world to increase our global reach and to provide customers success and integration services when necessary. So far, we have reached $1.2 million of annual recurring revenue using $1.5 million of funds from companies like Sosv from US or Artisan Invest from Australia. And our business plan brings us to 300 clients in 2025 and about $30 million of revenues. And to make that possible, the team, the 2 co-founders, we enjoy a long experience in international management. Myself, I was the CEO of an IT stock-listed company with 5,000 people in 20 countries. And my partner has done 3 exits already. He was a founder of one of the first internet service providers in Spain, successfully sold to British Telecom. But we rely on our multicultural team composed of 30 people in China and 10 people in Europe of different nationalities. In short, we have a product that is global and can be scalable. We have a team and we have clients, and with your support to our 2 million set plus round, we think we have all the ingredients to become the preferred SaaS company for the mid-sized brands to control their business online. Thank you very much.
Looking at your financial this way. Looking at your financial projections, the business scales pretty quickly over 5 years. What's the key to that growth?
Well, the key is that in this moment there is no solution which is fully comparable. You can find the brands can find different solutions to solve part of the problem, but there is no solution combining all together and combining social media and digital marketing and e-commerce. So we have a plan and we have conversations with Forrester to hold webinars and to hold many activities to get global visibility. That is what we lack today. Plus the network of partners, commercial partners that I have mentioned to reach areas of the world that we cannot reach by ourselves.
How are you accomplishing the data solutions? Is it a software platform for which you've sort of gotten some sort of intellectual property protection, or do you have a team of data scientists? Maybe you could talk a little bit about the team and how that product comes together to deliver the results for clients.
It's a combination. So it's a combination of different sources of data. So through the data partnerships with the platforms, we are allowed to get first quality data legally from the platforms. But we also combine with third-party data to combine and to be sure that the data is totally accurate. So also the algorithms to translate all the different data from different platforms that are totally different to bring it into an homogeneous standard that can be shown in the dashboards and interpreted and analyzed.
Over here. Nice presentation. Did your presentation say that there were 50 customers?
20 customers.
20 customers.
So today, yes.
And you've been in business how long?
Sorry?
How long have you been in business?
We have been 2 years.
And in this space, right, where there's a lot of medium business customers, what is the impediment to penetrating that you're seeing?
The reason why we have not grown much faster than that is because in the beginning, the software was limited to China. So we were targeting only clients that were global companies, but they have China business. Then we have rolled out to Southeast Asia, and now we are rolling out to the rest of the world. So we are in the process of growing. The challenge we find, we have 2 challenges. One is that in the company, this gives a lot of transparency to the managers. And sometimes the managers are not so happy with that transparency. And also, as we deal with data, the lawyers of the company takes about 2 months to be sure that we take a good deal of the data. But we don't keep the data for ourselves. We provide the software. The data belongs to the company, and we keep it in data lakes, separate data lakes for each brand. So we don't take any risk. We are data managers. We don't never own the data.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, next up we have Hacknoid.
Hi. My name is Pablo. I am CTO of Hacknoid. Imagine that one day you turn on your computer and you realize that you have been hacked and all the information you had on it is lost. Documents, emails, photos, everything is gone. Imagine now that this happened in your company and all the computers and the servers are lost and prevents you from continuing with your business. That feeling of loss and impotence will be felt by more than 100 companies in the time that last my presentation. Many of them will lose time and money, others will even have to close. So we are asking ourselves, couldn't we have done something before this happens? We have more than 20 years of experience working in cybersecurity with a team making ethical hacking and other audits. We work with a wide variety of companies of different types and size, but many of them spend a lot of money and time, but nevertheless, they are not prepared to face an attack. They all face the same problems. First of all, the tools they currently have are very difficult to use. They require a lot of technical knowledge. They have to be executed manually, and also they deliver a lot of information that hardly anyone in the company can understand. Secondly, we must consider that our cybersecurity and IT teams are always full of tasks and running out of time. So this is a paramount mix for our cybersecurity. Our companies are forced to live in an environment where time is the principal variable associated with damage. So that's why we created Hacknoid. Hacknoid is a vulnerability scanning platform that allows any organization to find their cybersecurity status automated in just a few clicks and in a language they can understand. It's so easy that even companies without technical staff can use it. Hacknoid analyzes the network in the same way that an attacker does, identifying all the devices that they are in the network and testing all the known vulnerabilities for each of them. It doesn't care if there are servers, database, or applications. You know that any device on the network can be used to start an attack. Our objective is very easy, is to find these vulnerabilities as soon as they appear and deliver clear and prioritized information so the company can fix the vulnerabilities before the attackers arrive. Sorry. Today, our clients in Chile, Peru, Uruguay, Mexico, Colombia, and other countries in Latin America pay us monthly to monitor more than 100,000 devices with our cybersecurity platform and monitor those devices and see their security status. Before Hacknoid, they can only monitor 20,000 devices. We also help them to reduce the time they spend with open critical vulnerabilities from an average of 1 year to 2 weeks. We are expanding our operation from Latin America to the rest of the world. We want help for that. We are looking for investors. Cybersecurity is a very lucrative business for the attackers. So we are here to help your companies to don't be part of the ones that must regret losses or closures. Thank you.
Can you talk a little bit about the competitive landscape?
Sorry?
The competitive landscape, competition.
No, I didn't have it here.
Talk about that.
I can talk about the competition. There are some other software that do similar stuff like us. Those tools are very technical. The problem with that tool is that they are very technical. They must be used for technical or for cybersecurity experts like us, but they are not designed to be used for the rest of the people in the company. So in a companies where they didn't have a cybersecurity guy or the TI team is with many tasks, they cannot use it. So they didn't use that kind of tools.
Thank you, Pablo. There was a slide before that seemed to say the target market was 12 million. Did I read that correctly? Yeah, because I would think it's much larger, but.
Well, we are focused on the middle-sized companies, not on the little ones or the biggers. That is our estimation for the middle-sized companies in Latin America.
Okay, in Latin America only.
Yes.
Hey, Pablo. Thank you. Over here.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Oh, all right. Peace. One more question, Pablo.
Sorry.
Now I forgot which one it was. So the question was around your customer acquisition. This is an area where there's probably a lot of uncertainty around who you go with as a provider.
Okay.
How do you convince customers to go with your solution, and then how long does it take you to onboard a customer?
So first of all, we sell directly in some countries. In other countries, we sell through a network of partners. We have the confidence through that partner of many of the clients. So that is a way to accelerate the confidence with the client in our tool, in our solution. And we are also making other kind of selling on the web, networking, etc.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's okay? Thank you.
Next up, we have Hamper App Technologies.
Hello, hello.
Hello, everyone. Hola,
Hello, everyone.
hola.
¿Cómo están? Hello, everyone. My name is Alejandro.
And I'm Jorge.
We're the co-founders of HamperApp, an online platform that helps laundromat owners and dry cleaning owners to connect with their resident clients and commercial accounts to experience the best cleaning solution. 15 years ago, my parents bought their first laundromat. This is where I gained most of my experience with a lot of sweat, a lot of tears, and a lot of fights. Family business. And during that time, I came up with the idea of HamperApp. 7 years ago, our journey started together. We actually were roommates in Miami, Florida. Sorry.
Jorge was the first one.
Huh?
Jorge was the first
Jorge was the first one who believed in my vision. Not even my family believed in my vision. And you know how it started. So in 2017, we started with our first order. During that time, we got a lot of feedback from our current clients and our competitors. Also, in 2019, we got our first partnership. And right now, we're in 40 cities. In 23, right now, we want to open the marketplace and empower more laundromats and dry cleaners. What is the problem? There's no recognized brand or recognized solution across the United States. For example, food delivery, Uber Eats, groceries, Instacart. Even though there's white label platforms out there, there's not a really solution for laundry owners like me. The solution is HampRap. We're gonna empower more laundromat owners to get sales, marketing, or customer support, and logistic platform. This is how our platform connects, and this is how our platform looks like.
Hamper App has processed over 70,000 orders with 37 licensing partners, and we have a waiting list over 600 operators who met us during a trade show, and also they have listened about us on a podcast. The market size in the US itself is an estimated of $10 billion and is growing year over year. We take an average of 25% commission from all the orders. And this month, we started servicing 2 large government contracts worth over $6 million. Last year, revenue was $2.5 million. And we're on traction this month to do over $300,000 and this year over $6 million. But with the correct investment, we expect to reach over $10 million. Some of our early operators, they're doing on a monthly basis $36,000. We have some competitors in this market, and we're very confident that they will be joining our platform as soon as we release our marketplace for them to increase their reach, their sales. We have shown a proven of success in this industry, and we have a low cost of investment to expand into a new city or service. We have over decades of experience in marketing, in the laundry industry, also on sales and software. This is how our numbers look on the customer acquisition, and with time, we keep improving our lifetime value. We're seeking to raise $3 million to expand into 200 cities and also keep improving our product and hire more people. We're excited to announce that this month we're going to be releasing our version 2.0, very powerful to be able to accept into our platform thousands of new operators. This is us. You can contact us. Thank you so much.
Nice presentation, guys. Quick question. When you look at the growth of the business, you mentioned that you're attacking both the commercial sector and the residential sector. Where do you think the growth's going to come from? And when I look at your revenue base now at $2.5 million, how much of that's commercial versus residential?
Okay. When the company started, we were mainly, for the first 3 years, we were constantly looking for residential customers. During the pandemic, our sales dropped about 30%, and we decided, how can we grow? Then we started visiting hospitals, Airbnbs, different type of companies, spas, and restaurants, and they decided to join our platform. So we saw the potential. And recently, we started looking for government contracts. About 70% of our revenue currently comes from businesses and 30% from residential. But it requires more branding and marketing for us to get more residential customers and hire more sales for the commercial part.
Hey guys, so I just want to be clear on the revenue model. You kind of said like Uber for laundromats, right? You're going to the laundromats and charging them a fee for the platform, and they're doing the service, right? You're not doing the service yourself. They're providing that, and you're kind of the platform that they're on top of.
That is correct. Actually, it's the best model.
Right. So
And
you're not in the laundry business. You're in the POS for the laundry business.
Correct. So
Okay.
Believe it or not, 95% of our partners, we don't have to worry about the logistics. Our partners hire the drivers. They take care of the insurance and everything. We don't take that liability. Only 5%, which is Miami, It's my fault. I have 1099 employees.
And how are you ensuring brand consistency then?
So this is why we partner up with laundromats and dry cleaners. They're the experts on what they do, like me.
And we want to, once we open the marketplace, we want the customers to be able to select based on rating, also availability, and pricing. If they see somebody with 4 stars or 3 stars, they will decide which one. Because if they have a bad experience with the first time that they use a partner, then they decide and they will give more opportunities to Hamper App.
Hey guys, congratulations on being a Miami-built company.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations for
Thank
that.
you.
Go Miami. My question was around your backlog of operators. What is stopping you from going after those 600 operators that you said were sitting in backlog if this technology scales quickly?
We need a marketing budget approximately of $25,000 per city to be able to expand, and it will take us only about 5 minutes for them to join our platform, but they won't be able to receive orders if we don't have a marketing budget. That's what is stopping us.
It's not the current install base that those operators have that is using your platform?
Actually, no. We have signups from Alaska that they're trying to use our service, or Connecticut, that we don't provide service because we don't want to expand or our marketing budget to other cities that we're not strong enough. We want to focus on the markets that we're right now and grow it.
Yes, we have right now 40 cities, as we mentioned,
Yeah.
but in some cities, doesn't bring the same amount of revenue. 60% of our revenue comes from South Florida, which we started 5 years ago here in Miami, and we've been able to grow on the last 3 years.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Congrats.
Okay, thank you.
Next up is HealthBird.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me here at eMerge. My name is Ariel Dominguez, and I'm the president and CEO of HealthBird. So let me tell you a little bit about why the insurance industry is kind of broken and why HealthBird is solving that problem. So today, the way that health insurance is purchased in the United States, you have to do it through a human. You have to call somebody, or you have to go in person and visit some individual at a plaza or some type of rinky-dink store to go buy health insurance. When they sell you that health insurance, by the way, what they're not telling you is that they have pre-negotiated contracts with the insurance companies that are giving them a bias on what health insurance they're going to sell you. So unfortunately for you, as an uneducated consumer, you're gonna walk in that store, think that expert is on your side, but in reality, they're selling you what's making them most money and most commission. I know especially because I used to have a company that did exactly that. I was the president and CEO of one of the largest health insurance companies before this and had a massive exit and then said, hey, I'm not gonna do that again. I'm gonna help the consumer and build a consumer-focused company. So with the confusing options that are in the market, with all the different options that there are for health and wellness apps out there, what do you do, where do you go for the healthcare marketplace? So that's what we built. At HealthBird, we built a technology using a combination of machine learning AI in a simple experience that everyone's used to. Has anyone here ever used a Tinder or a Bumble for dating? Anybody? All right. I met my wife through Bumble, and this actually gave me one of the ideas on how to build the user experience for it. So we built a simple swipe right, swipe left, match with the health insurance that actually makes sense for you as an individual. And when you're out there in the marketplace searching for this really cryptic idea of what health insurance is and how much I'm gonna pay if I go to the doctor, if I go to an emergency room, an urgent care, what am I actually paying? We simplify that through our app. Inside our app, we have the ability for you to, sorry, it's not there we go. In our app, we're a one-stop shop. If you want to book your doctor's appointment, if you want to manage your medications, if you want to track which health insurance benefit actually works at what urgent care, at what hospital, if you go to Mount Sinai or Baptist, all that information is on there. We're available in 25 states currently and adding 3 states every single month, every single quarter to our operation. We're an extremely heavily compliance-focused company. As you can imagine, we're regulated by both the departments of insurance of every single state, and we're a government contractor as we have an EDE partnership with healthcare.gov. What is our market? Our market is every Uber driver, DoorDash delivery guy that it brings you food at 2 a.m. in the morning, right? When you're out there, they're delivering your food, they're bringing you a car to take you from your airport to your home. Those guys don't have health insurance. They're 1099 employees for the majority of those companies, and they don't have access to regular health insurance. That market is roughly about 52 million Americans between independent contractors, digital gig economy workers, and just general gig economy workers that are working multiple different type of gig economy-based jobs. Our market size is 52 million in the US, 15 million people every single year are enrolling in individual health plans, and 3.5 million of those 50 million individuals are doing it through healthcare.gov. And if you've ever been to healthcare.gov or any government website, you know that it's going to be the biggest pain in the butt ever to go through. So that's what HealthBird is here to solve. Our customer base, as you guys already saw, Uber drivers, DoorDash delivery individuals, 1099 gig economy workers. We help them make their lives easier. They're already used to the technology because they use it every day to use the Uber driver app or access their own benefits. We do that in a very seamless integration with what they already do and what they already know. So what a little bit about HealthBird and where we are today. Beyond just being the 5th ranked app on App Store for health insurance category, we're one of the fastest growing health insurance companies in the country. We're also one of the most predominantly best known companies for giving you educational materials and also all the wellness and health that you need to navigate this world. These are some of our business summaries. We have active about 2,000 plus paying members. We have $480,000 in MRR, currently monthly recurring revenue. We have 120 plus full-time employees over 7 different countries. And we have about $9 million in AR at the end of this year. So we are not a small startup anymore, but we're always treating ourselves as a digital innovative culture to really bring new and helpful innovations to the healthcare market. For us, this is kind of a general projection. We expect to be at $33.5 million in ARR by the year 2026. We have great gross margins of over 60% and net margins closer to about 39, almost 40% year over year. Our executive team includes myself. My background is banking, financial, fintech. I work for many different companies, consultants. My co-founder who's out there, who also happens to be my wife. She worked at Tesla under Elon and Lucid Motors as their first employee to run the retail division. Some of our other employees on the executive team are also massive names in their space, but I'm running out of time, so I'm gonna end it with that. So thank you so much for your time. Take your questions.
Hey, Ariel. Thank you for presenting a great presentation, and you're certainly tackling a big problem in our society. How does the application actually lower the cost of healthcare for individuals? And then in that vein, what would you see as your exit strategy?
Yeah, so both great questions. So how does it tackle pricing? Pricing is one of the biggest concerns every time that somebody's getting health insurance. And I'm actually going to answer in a very different way than you probably expect. We don't lower the price. We give you the best plan. And here's the problem. If you get a low price plan, that doesn't mean that plan is going to do anything for you. The majority of consumers that buy very low premium monthly plans with high subsidies or basically get the cheapest thing that's out there, they end up actually paying 2 to 3 times more when they actually go see a doctor, go to an urgent care or an emergency facility. So our AI takes into account affordability. We don't ever recommend a plan that's above 10% of your monthly income, right? So our system already has that built in, affordability and sensitivity to that. But beyond that, we're also helping you find the plan that when you do go to the doctor, based on your chronic conditions, if you have diabetes, if you're dealing with a cancer or any major illness, that when you go to the doctor, you're not paying a massive deductible or a massive copay every time you're going to see that doctor or therapist. So that's part of what our AI takes into account. To answer your other question, we are actually in the process of M&A. So our exit strategy is merger and acquisition. We are a big partner of United Healthcare, and one of our exit strategies is to sell to one of the larger carriers, the top 5 carriers, because it just makes natural sense to do it.
And isn't that a conflict of interest? That's kind of where I was going in the vein of that.
A conflict of interest?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
in the sense that those are providers of insurance and they're on your platform. So like you lose diversity of offering is kind of the.
So United Healthcare wouldn't legally be able to, if they acquired us tomorrow, they wouldn't legally be able to just only sell United Healthcare plans. By law, they have to be able to offer every plan. What they would be acquiring is the membership data and the analytics behind all of our, because we have so much data on the customer, they would be basically acquiring an underwriting goldmine for them. So for them, they're looking at both the data, the membership, and the ability to upsell other additional products that don't conflict with the health insurance to monetize. So.
Ariel, great presentation. Thank you. What's the timing and the cost to go into another state? You mentioned you're in 25 states now. I assume you want to grow nationally.
Yeah.
What does it cost and what's the timing to grow?
So it's about $125,000 for that additional state. It costs us a massive amount of time because of the regulations that every single state are different. So example would be if you want to go into the state of Pennsylvania, you're now going to work with the Penny Exchange, which is their in-state exchange program. You got to integrate with their APIs. You got to integrate with their regulatory bodies. And you also got to layer on the government, the federal government's mandates on top of all that in order to make sure that you are seamless across the process. So it is a huge hurdle for us to add an additional state, but our experienced team and our ability to also work with regulators, we are very tight with the departments of insurance at almost every single state that we operate in, and we're able to get introductions to the right people that help us expedite the process. The states are actually wanting companies like us to enter those states because they don't want to burden their own staff with this problem of insuring their residents and their citizens. They want companies like us to kind of help them solve that problem with capitalism, in between the whole process. So,
great presentation, Ariel. I guess just one question, one thought. It seems like you guys are a little bit like a policy genius right? Would you agree?
Yeah, that's actually one of our partners / competitors. Yeah.
Right. Terrific. And then, any vision on B2B on this? Is there a play on that?
We already have a B2B side of it. We actually help brokers use our technology to help facilitate the health insurance enrollment. We actually work with a large broker, which I'll keep their name private. They're a P&C broker, so they sell car insurance for the most part and other home insurance products. They actually use our software and our technology to cross-sell all their customers into health insurance without any work done by them, but it's a revenue share model. We share usually 70-30, 70% goes to them, 30% we keep. And for us as a volume play, we're acquiring customers extremely cheap that we can then upsell them into other products like dental, vision, hearing, creating a larger LTV for us as well. So, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Next company is Cryptos.
Small, medium, and big corporates invest in cybersecurity tools to protect information. But when they implement, they realize they got millions of documents spread everywhere. Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDF documents with sensitive data, credit card numbers, personal data. Before we protect information, it's important to classify it first. Identify where's that critical data that contains really sensitive information. Data classification is really important for businesses from a cybersecurity risk and compliance strategy. But data classification has been done manually, classifying one by one all the millions of documents, and that is not scalable. Before I introduce my company, I want to introduce myself. My name is Cristian Torres. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Cryptos. And at Cryptos, we help businesses to locate their most sensitive information through a technology that classifies with AI. We had classified over 200 million documents so far. We had deployed our technology to over 75,000 users. And we currently got clients in 8 different countries. So what is Cryptos about? Well, basically, Cryptos is a software that uses AI to analyze, classifies, and labels unstructured data such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDF documents automatically. And we categorize those documents by sensitivity, confidential, restricted, internal use, and public information. We also got other 2 AI algorithms such as personal data, credit cards. So we are able to classify 10 million documents in a few days instead of making years to make this happen. All those documents we label, and we are compatible with many cybersecurity tools on the market. DLP solutions, CASB, as you can see, big brands as Netscope, Forcepoint, McAfee, Palo Alto, every time that we classify the document, now they protect according to that sensitivity. They could block, they could request access, OTP, and more. Our business model is a B2B software enterprise SaaS based on a subscription per user, and basically we got 3 subscriptions. Single, dual, triple to classify environments on the cloud, on the servers, or on the endpoint. Our customers in 8 different countries, we're really proud of them. The biggest insurance company of Mexico, the biggest bank of Chile, the biggest bank of Ecuador, the biggest insurance company of Peru, as well, right here in the US, a publicly traded company. We work 50% of those are financial sector, 70% enterprises, and we have our own sales department to reach of them. But also we work with partners such as Ingram Micro, Telefonica, Deloitte, among others. Why Cryptos? Cryptos basically customize the AI algorithms according to the internal vocabulary of our customers and the policies. We classified those millions of documents, and instead of making a manual data classification or based on regular expressions, we are classifying with one single criteria and generating a huge impact in a cybersecurity risk and compliance. Our team, we are over 36 professionals with different skills spread in 5 different countries. My co-founder and I, this is our second cybersecurity company. Basically, we are a company invested by Barclays Bank. We run the acceleration program in Tel Aviv, in Israel, powered by Techsters. Now, I moved to Miami a year ago, and our idea right here in eMerge is to bring Cryptos to companies in the US, especially in Florida. So thanks, eMerge, for this great opportunity to share Cryptos, and thank you, everyone.
Christian, what size companies are you targeting?
Basically, 70% of our customers are enterprises over 1,000 employees. We work with companies of 5,000, 10,000, 12,000 users, but as well, SMB for us, 200 people, 300 people as well.
And the pricing for those, 5,000 person companies or 10,000 person companies?
A total contract value of enterprise, we are talking about $300,000. Maybe an annual contract value. Most of them go for 3 years, okay, as enterprise. But in annual contract value, we're talking about 100K. In average, we could say 65K in enterprise. In SMB, 25 to 35,000.
Thanks, Christian. Can you tell me a little bit of the breakdown of the team? You said there was 36 employees.
Sure.
Yeah, like what is sales? What does science, data science look like? How is that broken out?
Sure. Basically, we are an AI tech company because we are solving a cybersecurity problem. Our team is 50% on the tech side. AI team is apart from tech. We got customer operations, cybersecurity, and the commercial area that I'm in charge right now. So 50%, then let's put it 20% on customer operations, 50% on commercial team, AI, and then the admin team as well, financial and so on.
Hey, Christian, can you speak to your growth and your exit strategy?
That's a really nice question. Well, we had been growing in the first years of crypto since 2018 between 2 and 3x. Last year, it was a really interesting year for us. We get to increase 255K on annual contract value to our ARR. This year, we go up to 1.2 million ARR this Q1, sorry, of this year. Our goal to reach the end of this year is over $2.2 million on ARR.
And then your exit? What are you thinking for your
And my
exit?
exit strategy, to be honest, there's a lot of things to do right here in data classification, and especially in governance. But I'm pretty sure that we are a really interesting company for TLP, CASB encryption technologies, and so on. We are going to San Francisco to RSA conference next week, which is a really sweet spot for work with partners, and maybe that is an exit strategy for us.
Excellent. Thank you. Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you. Dale, amigo, con todo.
Gracias, parcero. Bien. Nos vemos.
Next up is Mavity.
Hello. Thank you. Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. So, sure that many of you are startups, and if you're thinking about building your next branding project, your next fundraising assets, you usually have three options. The first one, you can use DIY tools like Canva, Animoto. You can also go to costly agencies, and good luck with that monthly retainer of thousands of dollars. Or go to a traditional marketplace and find actually the exact opposite of what you were initially looking for. In fact, we quantified this problem and we found that 65% of all creative projects are not executed or actually fail. And the main reasons for that are two things. You see, people that have a vision for what they want are usually not necessarily very good at knowing how to execute it or what's the process for having a good design process. That's why inexperienced project management, or lack thereof, and using the wrong communication tools are two of the main reasons why projects fail. And that's why we built Mavity. Again, we help startups and businesses connect with the best creative distributed teams through an automated collaboration tool, ensuring the end-to-end process that's successful. So since launching in January of last year, we were able to generate over $430,000 in net revenue. We've also surpassed 50K in MRR, and we're on a growth trajectory of $1.4 million in ARR. Now, we also have reached 15,000 creatives all across the Americas. With these creatives, we've been able to help customers, including startups, scale-ups as well, including large organizations and enterprise like Nubank and others that are also in our next pipeline. Now, here's how it works. If you have a project, rather than thinking, who are you going to hire, like a designer or a creative copywriter, you think about the project that you want to execute. In this case, it's going to be a presentation deck or a branding project. Now, based on our data model and the team templates that we built, we know that we are going to suggest the right individuals, 3 individuals for the first project, 2 individuals for the second one. And on top of that, you can also use one of our PMs that have AI-assistive tools to make sure that the process is completely seamless, on time, and on scope. Now, with Mavity, and especially towards the future, you can amplify any single creative project with a curated set of team recommendations. You can also generate prompt-based creative briefs that give you customized timelines instead of just giving out a Google Doc or a Word doc. And you can transform your startup with Gen AI tools that actually improve all the internal collaboration tools between teams, project manager, and clients. Now, one of our key value propositions is that we use something that we call a project manager as a service. So these are professional individuals that use AI to make sure that the entire process is much more optimized, again, on scope and on budget. Based on the space that I exposed, again, traditional marketplaces, traditional agencies, and other more verticalized marketplaces, we're really focused on this big white space, which is startups. Startups, the key difference here is that you guys need creative innovation at speed, something that traditional agencies cannot offer, while also you need quality. And we ask the questions, why can't we actually offer both, right? Our business model is very simple. We charge a 20 to 50% take rate commission. So instead of traditional marketplaces incentivized to go down on the take rate, we actually can increase it. And our average project size is $2,400 per project. And based on these financial projections, we estimate that in the next 4 to 5 years, we're going to be generating and crossing the mark of $50 million on ARR. Now, we know that the global market for digital workplace is about $30 billion today. If you think about tools like Figma, Adobe, these are tools that are completely ingrained in today's workflow. We generated about $2.3 billion in creative temp staffing, and that's the space that we're working. And the opportunity right now unlocks the entire creative industries in Latin America. Now, we know about remote creative teams because we are a remote creative team. So this is just a fraction of the team that we are today. We're about 15 people. We've had experiences working with some of the largest brands, also some of the largest agencies like JWT, BBDO, and also in technology companies, both Royal Caribbean, Microsoft, Qualcomm, among others. Now we're closing a round of 2 million, where we already have about 60% full. We're super fortunate and grateful for with investors like Latitude Ventures, Techstars, Google for Startups, among others. And we know that collaboration is very hard, but it doesn't have to be with Mavity. Scaling your business with automated creative collaboration. Thank you very much.
Nice presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
You spoke about creative innovation at speed. How do you actually do that?
It's a very hard problem. That's what we're trying to actually do. So think about, if you're a startup, you usually think, need things for yesterday, right? Whether it's a fundraising project, asset, marketing collateral, your next campaign. And with agencies, which has been a traditional business model for the last 100 years, they try to take a lot of time because they're charging on an hourly basis, right? So we're trying to really quantify the skill set that you actually need. And rather than thinking of being how creative are you, how effective are you? How can we make creatives 10 times more effective? How can we make project managers 10 times more efficient? So that's something that we're really trying to quantify and make sure that we can achieve.
How are you finding your talent?
Great question. I think right now the promise for talents is in general having another alternative to basically find more jobs, collaborate. One of the key elements here is that creatives are really good at creating stuff, but not necessarily at project managing. And that's why creatives really love working in Mavity, because they just do what they love. And we've been finding them through social media, inbound strategies, and other more kind of community-driven efforts.
And you create do the project managers know the creatives at all times, or they're just put together and said, let's work this out? Like, how does that work?
Great question. Yeah, like let's say from a client perspective, it's like building your on-demand agency for a very specific period of time, right? On the project manager side, they of course generate a set of recommendations through the platform, and there's of course a series of curated teams that are already suggested based on the previous experiences, portfolio. That's it.
Hey, can you describe your target market? Like, who's your customer? And then also, how did you convince those customers to go with Mavity in a sea of similar type of creative tools?
Well, yeah, thank you.
I didn't like your question.
Well, short answer is we bribe them. No, I'm just kidding. The majority of our customers are startups, small startups, and departments among bigger enterprise that cannot need, again, to execute quick things. The majority of that has been also through entrepreneurial networks, incubators, accelerators, VCs that want to ensure or provide a good service for their portfolio companies. And through that word of mouth and network referrals, we've achieved a lot of new customers as well.
Thank you.
So everyone knows that was just a test, a very conveniently timed test. So We're okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Well, let's keep this show on the road because we're on fire, right? Awesome. Well, please help me welcome to the stage Storybook.
Hello, everyone. My name is Francisco. I'm the co-founder of Storybook, the #1 parent-child wellness and sleep app. I want you all to imagine a world where children are happy and healthy. We can all agree that this is not it. The abuse of screen time or busy lives and the lack of physical affection have massively increased children's mental and emotional health problems, putting 2 out of 3 kids in risk. But we can change this. This was the case of Carla, the mom of 2 boys. Daniel, her eldest, was suffering from anxiety and trouble sleeping, just like other 800 million children. Lucky for them, she found Storybook, downloaded the app, created her account, and told us Daniel's condition, so we recommended audio stories for him to listen while mom followed the relaxation techniques on the screen, just like this one. We need
And
sound.
touch the moon with their hands. Sarah climbed with short, slow steps while she thought, will it taste like cheese?
And just like that, Daniel was able to sleep better because there was no screen time. The massage techniques increased the production of melatonin and oxytocin, but the most important thing is that mom was right there, engaged, present, providing all her love and security to her own child, and that's something that technology will never replace. Storybook is an award-winning app that combines relaxation techniques, bedtime stories, and music to help families improve their emotional health and sleep. Storybook is free to download with a $59.99 yearly subscription plan, but we are also seeing early traction in employee benefit programs, schools, CPG brands, and even healthcare providers. According to our latest study with over 1,000 Storybook users, 79% of them told us that their kids are sleeping better, are sleeping up to 4 times faster, and the thing that we like the most, 89% of the parents told us that now they feel more connected with their kids. We're having the #1 app in 90 countries. We have been called the best for bedtime by Apple. We have close to 3 million downloads worldwide, more than 10,000 5-star reviews, like this one from Jesse. We tried everything under the moon to get my 4-year-old to sleep. Now I'm more relaxed, she's more relaxed, no more bedtime fights, can't praise this app enough. Or this one from Oscar. This app has made my night so much more peaceful, also strengthened our father and son bond. Last year, we did over $1 million, and we are set to reach 3 million this year and 100 million by 2026 by increasing our profitable social media campaigns, signing new distribution agreements, launching new B2B partnerships, and adding product-led growth initiatives. And I have an exciting update for you today. We just closed an agreement with a CPG brand that will allow us to have Storybook in the hands of 400,000 resellers worldwide starting this year. Thank you so much. We have fantastic backers like Jason Calacanis and Google for Startups, extraordinary scientific advisors, experienced business advisors, and a fantastic founding team with experience in high-growth tech companies. And we are on track to do for infant well-being what Calm and Headspace did for adults. And these are our own kids sleeping. If you're a parent, download Storybook and join the #1 parent-child wellness and sleep app. If you're an investor, reach out. We're raising. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the presentation, Francisco. So Yeah, as a dad of a 10-year-old, I wish I had this for many years. How are you going to build a moat around this product? Like, there's going to be a lot of competition in this space, right? And you mentioned Headspace; they had a lot of competition too. How do you envision coming out and remaining the winner in this product category?
That's a great question, and I'll start by addressing Headspace and Calm. Both of them multi-billion-dollar companies, and they are not the only ones. There are many companies in that space. So it's a very large market, and nobody's really going after the kids market. And what you have in terms of competition right now are apps for kids. So you download an app, you give your child your phone, and they will be hopefully hearing to that story until they fall asleep or something like that. The one thing that makes a storybook so different is that the app is really meant for the parent. So a storybook is parent-led. The parent is using the app with their kids. There's nothing like that in the market. And since we are pretty much opening a new category, we're trying to have a really strong IP. So all the characters that you saw in our stories are our own. We are developing our own IP. We have proprietary techniques, and we are increasing our catalog really fast. So just like Headspace and Calm, a strong brand, a strong IP, a fast execution will lead us to that successful place that we hope to be.
So all your content is owned by the company?
95% of the content is owned by the company.
And also, all your revenues are from monthly subscriptions or the annual subscriptions?
80% of our revenues come from the direct to consumer side of things, but we are also seeing a lot of success on the B2B partnerships. So right now it's around 20%. We expect that this year that will be up to 30 to 35%. Next year should be more than the majority coming from B2B partnerships.
Thank you.
So this is an app that caters to a particular period in a parent's and child's life. How do you continue to grow with the parent and the child post, the 10-year-old age? And then how do you continue to acquire new customers, because you're going to be constantly in that motion?
That's a great question. Right now, we have users with kids from newborns all the way to 12-year-olds. So it's a broad spectrum of ages. Our sweet spot is around 3 to 8, where they see all the benefits and they can really ask their parents and give feedback to their parents. But the goal is really to accompany that journey. And parenting is an evergreen space. Every day, there's 500,000 new parents. So we believe we can reach a global market. We have subscribers in 155 countries. It's a long tail, right? We focus more in the US and Mexico. But again, it's a massive market. And pretty much we're the only ones addressing it.
Hey, one more quick question. Do you have, it sounds like you're creating your own content. Do you have like a content team or content studio that you're working with, and it's all your own IP?
Yeah, we have and that's my co-founder's superpower. Right. She has been writing over 100 children's stories by now. We also have a fantastic team that does the artwork. We have actresses that help us to craft the content in other languages. But the great thing about audio content is that it's the cheapest form of content to produce, to translate, and it's really fast to do it. So, yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Después cantamos, sí, seguro. Sí, me llegó una respuesta. Está muy bien. A las 3 me dijo que sí. Sí.
Excellent. Well, last but certainly not least, if we could please welcome Streamion to the stage.
Hello, I'm Cholung Geng, CEO of Streamion. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you and an honor to close this incredible batch of startups. Every year, brands worldwide spend millions in digital advertising, but they don't truly reach their goals. More than 21% of internet traffic is generated by fraud bots. In 2022, just in the US, this caused more than 120 billions in losses. Ad blockers are able to block any advertising broadcasts, with more than 42% of consumers using them on a daily basis. And finally, Generation Z has changed their consumption behavior drastically, with more than 75% using live streaming platforms where brands are not able to reach them effectively. We are an ad tech solution that empowers brands, reducing fraud bots and reaching Generation Z with live streaming ads. Our proprietary AI ensures that all the traffic is generated by real users. We are not affected by ad blockers as we integrate directly into the video sign of the channel. And all the brands that works with us reaches the Generation Z as is our main target audience in the format of advertising they really want. How does it work? This is a real example. Uber Eats is our customer today. They use our SaaS platform and define the advertising format they want. They define the target they want to reach and the goals for the campaigns. And finally, our tech finds the perfect match between the brand and the streamers. We send the ad within the video sign and interact with our audience through the chats. And finally, our AI validates the whole process. We generate a downloadable proof of emission that brings transparency to all parts. We are B2B SaaS, and we monetize through pay-as-you-go, subscription, and sponsorship. And this year, we've achieved a great milestone, with Uber Eats doubling the money you see on the screen. We're talking about a huge market. Just in 2021, in real live streaming market, achieved more than 37 billions. And just by focusing on the Spanish-speaking market in the US and key Latin countries, we will hit a very big number. What makes us stand from our competitors is our advanced proprietary AI. We've been granted with an innovation stamp from the European Union, something similar to a US patent. Our numbers. Last year, we've obtained a revenue of more than $500,000. In the first quarter of 2023, we've already obtained more than $300,000. We have a gross margin of more than 67% and nearly work with 200 brands. These brands are top global brands. We became the Spanish market leaders and we helped those brands to reach the Generation Z they were losing. Right now in the funding round, this seed capital will help us grow and expand rapidly and hit an annual revenue of 8 million by 2025. We are aiming at key Latin countries and the Spanish speakers market in the US. We will become the market leaders and top of mind. And once we achieve it, we will grow as global players. But none of this could have been done without an incredible team. A team of determined, talented people able to solve any problem. Thank you. We have a winning strategy with them. Our mission, empower brands with AI to reach Generation Z with streaming ads. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you speak to your background in this industry and why you're the right person to lead this company?
Yes, my beginnings with advertising and gaming. I started working at PlayStation back in the day, and I was leading the European, Spanish, and English market with it. And then I started also working in companies and media agencies. And part of the team, they are ex-heads and directors from Avas Group, OMG. So we have a team of quite talented people. And on my side as well, from the intelligence part, I also worked with Tiva and a big company in the world that we were developing artificial intelligence.
Can you talk a little about the intellectual property in the company?
Yes, the intellectual property of the company is covered by the let's say the innovation stamp and the European certification. The thing is with the intellectual property of the company, we've also have it's different in Europe, but we have a mechanism that we take the code and all the technology on the notary, and we've done also that work. And now when we move to the United States, we obviously will go for US patent.
Can you just further elaborate on your target market and this and what the sales cycle looks like?
Our target market and sales cycle. Okay, our target market, we work with two type of customers on the B2B side or clients. We work with media agencies. In fact, in Spain, we're working with the top global international groups. And on the other side, we work with the brands themselves. The sales cycle with the agencies is more a Salesforce like strategy. And in the business side, we have a mixed strategy with Salesforce and also with the SaaS and organic reaching to those brands.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. May I stay? May I go?
You can go.
Thank you.
You can
Thank
stay
you.
too, but we're gonna keep going.
Thank you.
There we go. There we go. Hello, 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 hello. Testing, testing, testing. There we go. Awesome. So how did everyone feel about those pitches? Amazing, amazing. So that concludes our top 25 pitches from our 100 show startups that have basically pitched from around the world, right? So now our team is going to be furiously analyzing the data that our judges have provided us as they've ranked them through their pitches and through their question and answers. And you're going to see the top 5, real time basically, show up on the main stage. But first, before you go anywhere, I want everyone to not just stay here, but bring a friend, because we're going to have a panel here on the main stage with actually a personal great friend of mine, Ariel Quiñones, and other members of his company. So please stay here, please bring friends, and enjoy this panel. And again, once we're done here, we're going straight to the main stage to hear the grand finale. Those last 5 startups pitching for $420,000 of investment by Florida funders, Panoramic Ventures, and eMerge Americas. So we're excited. Let's get it.